500 years ago, there lived a man. Actually, he lived in the years, in the 1500s. He was born somewhere 1514 and died somewhere 1575. His name was called John Knox. John Knox. He lived in Scotland. And this man understood the place of prayer. He is a man that would pray. And when he begins to pray, you discover that things begin to move. When John Knox began to pray, you discover the results were evident. He was a man of prayer. I was reading and I discovered something. He's a man that prayed for Scotland, and in his prayer he said, God, give me Scotland or I die. And he never ceased to pray until there was a revival in Scotland. Why? Because the man understood prayer and he knelt down to pray hours and hours daily. Why? Because he wanted the city to experience revival. And by the time of his death, there was a revival in Scotland. John Knox. He was a Protestant. And at that time, the Catholicism was so high, to an extent that the Queen of Scotland was persecuting every Protestant. And John Knox was a Protestant. And this Queen of Scotland was called Mary. And they gave her a nickname, Bloody Mary, because of the atrocities she caused. She would persecute the Protestants, blood was shed, and she was called Bloody Mary. But one time she was asked a question, what do you fear most? To make a comment on John Knox, she said something, I fear the prayers of John Knox more than the armies of England